Hello everyone. I thought I'd put together a video with the absolute beginners in mind. I had a number of absolute beginners join my class at Much Birch 3 weeks before the lockdown. And the poor souls, they didn't have very much chance to learn the steps before they got all these dances week after week from me. But apparently they're having a good go at them and they are learning steps as they go along. But I thought I'd put this video together so they can learn the steps properly. I'm in my garage, as you can see, because there's plenty of space in here. It's a double garage and it's not so noisy as it is outside with the wind, the birds and the traffic. So off we go then. We're going to start nice and simple. But first thing I'm going to say is that, when I start at an absolute beginners class, I go over the steps. I teach in patterns of 8 and build onto that 8 until we do a complete dance, which is normally 32 counts for a beginner dance. Line dancing is normally 32, 48, 64, 96 counts, depending on the level of the dance and depending on how the choreographer decides they want to do it. I've just done one myself, which I haven't had printed yet, and that's a 64 count, so I'm looking forward to sending that one off to Line Dancer in the week. Right, so we teach in patterns of 8, I've mentioned that, so that's what we'll do today. And also, when we start dancing, we count 5, 6, 7, 8. The rhythm of how I do that will be the expected speed of the dance. So if I count it fairly slowly, like 5, 6, 7, 8, that is quite a slow tempo. That would be 5, 6, 7, touch 8, 5, 6, 7, touch 8. If I were to say 5, 6, 7, 8, which we get lots of dances, and you've done those as you know yourself, that would then be 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that will determine the way I say it, the rhythm of how I say it. That will be the expected speed of any line dance. We're going to start with the walks then, walk forward and back, which are very common in most line dances. They occur 9 times out of 10 in every dance. Some nice, easy line dance steps, which occur in a lot of dances, and that's just walks. This is just to get you used to a pattern of 8, and also get you used to counting. And then we'll move on very quickly. So we're going to walk forward on a right for 1, left for 2, right 3, and kick your left for 4. Now you're going to go back on the left, the non-bearing weight foot, for 5, back on your right for 6, back on your left for 7, and touch 8 with your right. Do that once more. At that speed, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So right 1, left 2, right 3, kick left for 4. And back on left for 5, back on right for 6, back on left for 7, and touch 8. And if I say 5, 6, 7, 8, we do it slightly faster, that's a little bit up tempo. So that would be 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be right, kick, left, kick, touch. Now there are variations to the kick. You can have a scuff, you can have a hitch, you can have a dig, lots of things. It just depends how it's choreographed. So we'll have a little go with a few of them. Walk forward on your right for 1, on your left for 2, on your right for 3, and we'll hitch our left this time. So just hitch the left up in the air. Back on your left, that's the non-weight bearing leg, so back on that foot. And 6 with your right, go back, 7 with your left, go back, and touch for 8. So So that's a pattern of 8 that I spoke about before. Okay, this time we'll do a brush or a scuff. And what you do with this is just gently rub your heel along the floor. Just gently brush it along the floor. So we're going forward on a right for 1, left for 2, right for 3, and on the left we're going to brush. Now we go back on the left for 5, back on the right for 6, back on the left for 7, and touch for 8. Okay, this time we'll do a heel dig, and all you do is on the heel of your foot, you place that onto the ground with your toe upwards. That's called a heel dig. We'll do that on counts 4 and on count 8. So we won't do a touch as we come back, we'll do a heel dig. So that's on the end of walk forward, we'll do a heel dig, and the end of when we walk back, we'll do a heel dig. Okay, so you've got 1 right, 2 left, 3 right, and left a heel dig. Back on the left, back on the right, back on the left, and a heel dig. Do the heel digs then with a little bit faster, so that would be 1, 2, 3 heel dig, 5, 6, 7 heel dig. Okay, our next line dance step is going to be a grapevine. And a grapevine is done over 4 counts. We start a grapevine, our grapevine we're going to start today with the right, but you can start with the left. We do the right and left, and we'll start with a pattern of 4 counts to the right and 4 counts to the left. Okay, so off we go then. So we're going to go to the right side with step side, behind, side, and touch. Okay, we do that again. We do the right side a few times. Step to the right side, behind with your left, to the right side, and touch with your left. Okay, and another time. So we got side, behind, side, and touch. Now we do exactly the same to the left. So we'll start from here. We've just ended with a touch. So we're going to go to the left side, behind with our right, to the side, and touch. To the left again, to the left side, behind, to the left side, and touch. Right, we'll do the right side again with some counts, okay? So step to the right side for 1, behind 2, side 3, touch 4. Okay, one more time with the counts. To the side 1, behind 2, side 3, touch 4. Now we do the left side with some counts. This time it's 5, we're on 5 now, so it's step 5, behind 6, step 7, touch 8. Do that again to the left side, so we touch in the left, no weight bearing. So it's step 5, behind 6, step 7, and touch 8. Okay, we're going to do that now, both right and left a few times. So to the right, side, behind, side with the touch. Side, behind, side with the touch. And again, 1, behind 2, step 3, touch 4, step 5, behind 6, step 7, touch 8. There are variations to the step or the touch, or you can have hitches, you can have heel digs, brushes. We'll do a hitch this time. So you've got side, behind, side, and hitch. And to the left, side, behind, side, and hitch. Okay, this time we'll do a heel dig, like we did in the walk forward and back. So it's side, behind, side with the heel, side left, behind right, side left with the heel. And a brush this time. So we've got side, behind, side with a brush, and side, behind, side with a brush. So that's a grapevine, which is a very, very popular step. It's done in all dances. Have a practice of it, you know, practice at home, when you're at the kitchen sink, in the supermarket. People think you've gone crazy, but you know you haven't, you're just practicing your dancing. What's wrong with that? Okay. Side together, side touch. Okay, this is used a lot in beginner dances, and it's also used by people, danced by people that don't want to do a grapevine. So it's in place of doing a grapevine for them, or if they may find it difficult to go behind, which isn't always easy if you've got bad knees or bad hips, so don't attempt it. So it's side, together, side, touch. So we'll have a go at that now. We go to the right to start off with. So we're going right to the right side, together, taking the weight, to the right side, and touch. So that's exactly the same amount of steps as you do for a grapevine, 4 steps. We do that again then, so it's to the right side and together, to the right side and touch. Once more to those counts. So step 1, together 2, step 3 and touch 4. Now we do it to the left. Step together, so you take the weight on the right, step and touch. Do the left once more, then we'll put them both together. So it's step together, step, touch. Okay, then we do the right and the left. Okay, we do the steps first and we go over the counts after. So it's step together, step and touch, and to the left, step and together, step and touch. And to the counts, 1, 2, 3, touch 4, 5, 6, 7, touch 8. Once more, 1, 2, 3, touch 4, 5, 6, 7, touch 8. So that's step, together, step, touch. We're going to do some side touches, or step touches, because it doesn't necessarily have to be the side, it can be forward and backward. Okay, so they're very, very easy. We'll have a little go then. So to the right side, you just step and touch, and the left, you step and touch, and step and touch, and step and touch. And then you can go to the left first with a step and a touch, and a step and a touch, step and a touch. That's nice and easy, isn't it? And you can go forward on either the diagonal, or you can go vertically, so you can go forward and touch, and back and touch. Forward, touch, back, touch, or to the diagonals. Diagonal and touch, diagonal and back, diagonal, touch and back. Take the weight on the right and go to the left. Step and touch to the diagonal. Da, 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 da. Take the weight on the left, we're going to go back this time to the right diagonal. So back and touch, and forward and touch, and back and touch. Forward and take the weight onto the left with a back and a touch and a forward and touch. Back, touch, forward, touch. We can vary them, we can go side to side. So step and touch, step and touch, step, touch, step, touch, diagonal, touch, back, touch, back, and touch, forward and touch. So you can go in all directions. All you're doing is forward and touching, and back and touch, back and touch. And you lead with that foot that's doing the touching. If you notice what I'm doing, I'm not putting any weight on that, but that's going to be my leading foot every time. That's why it doesn't carry any weight, because it's going to lead the next step. And touch and forward and touch. Okay, so that's a nice easy one. K steps now. These have become increasingly popular with choreographers. And I think it's largely since the dance Thank You came out. And since then it's been very popular. So it's a K step, and it's exactly as it sounds. You're going to make up at the stems of the arm of a K. So the arm of the K is a vertical line, which you have on the ground. And then you're going to make up the stems, which would be to the right diagonal, that's the top point of the K. And then this part that comes down here, the bottom part of the K. So we're going to make those through our dance steps. Okay, so we're going to start, step into the right diagonal. So remember your vertical line, think of your body, and you're going to build it on from there. So to the right diagonal, step right for 1, and touch your left for 2. Because you've touched, that means you're going to lead back on your left, isn't it? So you're going to step back on your left and touch. So you're back to your vertical lines, you've done the 1 stem. Now you're going to do the other one now, so you've got another vertical to go back on your right. So back and touch, and forward and touch. So there's a K step. So let's do that to the count. So you've got step 1, touch 2, step back 3, touch 4, and to do the 8 counts, you step back for 5, touch 6, and forward 7, touch 8. And again, so you're still on that line in the middle, remember? So it's 1, touch 2, back 3, touch 4, back 5, touch 6, and to the middle, and touch 7. That's good, we'll do that once more. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Obviously you wouldn't have a K going the other way because it would be a mirrored K, wouldn't it? And this time we're going to do a K step with a quarter turn right. So it's a right K step with a quarter turn right. Okay, so you start the dance the same as you did before. Step to the right diagonal for 1. Touch for 2. Back to the vertical line for 3 and touch for 4. This is where you will turn your quarter. So instead of going back on a right diagonal, you'll make a quarter turn right and step to your right side. And then touch left beside, touch back, step back and touch. Okay, slightly different, so we'll step diagonal for 1, touch for 2, back for 3, touch for 4, quarter turn, step into side for 5, touch for 6, step to the left side for 7, and touch for 8. So you're still doing your 8 counts, so that's a K step with a quarter turn right. One more time. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, turn 5, touch 6, step 7, touch 8. And again. Step 1, touch 2, step 3, touch 4, turn 5, touch 6, step 7, touch 8. Whilst we're doing steps based on letters of the alphabet, I thought we'd do the V steps next. We've done K's, we'll do the V. So we've got V steps, okay? So here we go, nice and easy. Imagine, as I said, imagine a K. Now just think of a V. Okay, so we're going to, with the right foot, we're going to step to the right diagonal. So that's our first stem of the V. And with our left, to the left diagonal. So now you've got your feet apart. You're going to go back to the middle with your right, and back with your left. So there you go, so you've gone right, left, back, right, back, left. And to the count that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. There are variations to the V step. There's jumping out with both feet, so you can have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So you step out, 1 and 2, and in, 3 and 4. Okay, so whatever's written on the script, we usually try and dance to. Okay. The Charleston kick step. It's based on the Charleston step, which was an old line dance step, but more often than not now, it seems to, in all the dances, it seems to be choreographed as a kick, Charleston kick. So we'll do that, it's called Charleston kick step, okay? You do move very little in this dance. You're more or less on the spot, so you don't move about too much. So you step forward on your right for 1, kick your left forward for 2, step back on the left for 3, and touch for 4. So you're going to lead with the right again. So it's step, kick, back and touch. Step and kick, back and touch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you can do that with the left as well. So you step with the left, kick the right, back and touch. Step left, kick right, back and touch. Step and kick and back and touch. And we do it with the right. Step and kick, back and touch, and step and kick and back and touch, and step, kick, back, touch. That's a Charleston kick. Okay, our next step is going to be toe struts. You can do toe struts forward, and you can do them backward, and you can do crossing struts as well. Once you've got the basic idea of how a strut goes, you just follow the script and the choreographer and the instructor, and you know, whichever direction the dance is coordinated. Okay, so that we'll go from there. Right, so we're going to do toe struts forward. So you start off putting the weight on your, we go right, first of all, on your right toes for 1, and you step down on your heel for 2. Move forward now onto your left, and with these steps you do actually move. So then you step forward on your left and down with your heel. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do another 4. We've got to 8. So it's step, toes and heel. Toe and heel. Toe and heel. Toe and heel. Okay, now we can do, we'll do this forward again. We do 4 of those, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we go back. Exactly the same principle, but in a different direction. So you're going to go toe strut, that's the weight on the toes, back on the heel, for 1, 2. On the left, back on the toes, down on the heel. On the right, down the toes, down on the heel, toes and heel. Okay, we do 4 forward and 4 back. So we've got toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. And back on the right, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Okay. A rocking chair. Okay, this is exactly as it's described, a rocking chair. Imagine a chair rocking, somebody falling asleep. Don't do that though, please. So we're going to do a rocking chair. You can either do a right or a left. I don't mean you can either do a right or a left, but you can dance either a right or a left. Okay, so we're going to start with a right. So you're going to rock forward on your right for 1. Recover onto the left. Now, all the left is doing at this moment in time is going up and down. The right is going forward, but the left is just going up and down, okay, in that sort of motion. So you rock, you step forward for 1, and you rock for 2. You step back for 3, and you rock for 4. So that left, all it's done is left the ground because it's a little bit better being stuck there, but it's not going anywhere else. Okay, so we're going to rock forward, recover, and back, and recover. And to the count, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not and 4, just 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want a left rocking chair, it's exactly the same, but the right stays in place this time, and the left does all the work. So you go forward on your left, and you rock on your right, and back on your left, and recover onto your right. And to the count, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To me, a lot of these steps, there are variations. You can do a quicker rocking chair, but we'll teach you that as it appears in a dance. If we give you the basic feeling of what these steps are initially, and once you know a rocking chair, whether it's a syncopated or whatever, you'll get it. Jazz box is 4 counts, and each count takes the weight. No touches, they all take the weight, each count. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are lots of variations to the jazz box. I'm just going to teach you the basic jazz box. You might get crosses or you might get syncopated ones, but at this stage that would be a bit complicated for you. So we will just teach the basic and work on it from there. Off we go then. So a jazz box. We're going to cross over, right over left. We're going to do a right jazz box. Cross right over left for 1. Step back on our left for 2. Step to the side for 3. And touch for 4. And that's where I say you could have a cross, which would be just crossing over. But we'll just touch for now. So the basic principle is exactly the same. Just 1 or 2 little variations. So shall we do that again then? So it's cross over for 1, right over left. Step left back for 2. Step to the side with your right for 3. And touch for 4. Okay, again. So cross over, back, side, together. Now you can also do a quarter turn jazz box. We'll only go to quarters at the moment because we're at beginner level. A quarter turn jazz box. So we'll, much like the K step, we'll have a go at that now. So it's cross over for 1, step back for 2, and this time instead of going to the side for 3, we're going to make a quarter turn right like we did with the Ks, and we're going to turn to the right side and touch. So we have now, as you can see, we've turned a quarter. Okay, should we do that once more? So cross over, back, quarter turn and touch. And we can go all the way round doing that, and we will. Okay, we go quarter right again. So cross over, back, quarter turn and touch. We'll take the weight, that is, sorry. And again, cross over, back, quarter turn and take the weight. And again, cross over, back, quarter turn and take the weight. Okay, so that's a jazz box with a quarter turn right. Monterey turns. Okay, for beginner dances, it's usual just to have quarter turns, and more advanced dances for improvers and intermediate, you'd have half Montereys. The principle, as I say, for everything is the same. So instead of just going a quarter, you go a half. But so as you don't get too disorientated at this stage, we'll stick with the quarters. Okay, so for a Monterey quarter turn, a Monterey right turn. So you point to the right side. Now you're going to make your quarter turn on step 2. So you've got a quarter to your right and step right beside left. So it's turn and together. Point left to the side and bring it in together. So we're going to do the same again for another quarter turn. Point to the right side, make a quarter turn, and as you do that, you bring the right next to the left, point to the left, and together. And again, point to the right, quarter turn, swinging round together, point together. One more time to get us back to the front wall. So it's point, swivel round a quarter together, point together. You'll often see these done quite quickly. They usually are done quite quickly, and it might look complicated at this stage. You practice them and you'll do it as quick as anybody. So all you're doing there really is point together, point, and that's all it is. Step pivots. We'll do step quarter pivots, and I'll just explain to you about a step half pivot as well. Okay, step pivot's only 2 steps, so that's usually followed with a shuffle, or could be a number of things, but we'll do a shuffle today just to finish it off. So a step pivot. So if you're going to be, it's over your shoulder, remember it's always over your shoulder when you turn. Think of if you're going right, you're going over your right shoulder. So if you're doing a right pivot, you step forward with your left. That may sound strange, but it would be a bit difficult to turn right if you put right forward. So you need to step forward with your left for 1, pivot a quarter for 2, and you could do a crossing shuffle. We haven't covered those yet, but so it's crossing shuffle. Okay, so it's just to give you the idea of a step pivot. So step forward for 1, turn for 2. We'll do a few of those then, just around the complete circle. So step forward, and what you do, you pivot on your left as you turn around, and then you take the weight onto your right. So step, and that's the one that pivots you around. Imagine a ballet dancer. So step, pivot around, and weight onto the right. If you were to do a half pivot, it's exactly the same. And you'd go halfway round, rather than stop here. At 3 o'clock, you go round to 6. Okay, so you step forward on left, pivot, half turn, take the weight. Step forward on left, pivot a half turn and take the weight. Okay, so that's, and you can do the same the other way, doing a left turn. So this time you step forward on your right. So step forward right, pivot a quarter. Step forward right, pivot a quarter. So it's the right that's doing the work, it's pivoting you around, and then the left then takes the weight. So step, pivot, weight on left. Step, pivot, weight on left. Or if you're doing a half, step, half pivot, the weight's on the left. Step, half pivot, weight on left. So those are step pivots. Okay, we're going to move on now to triple steps and then progress to shuffles because they are from the same family. They are syncopated steps, and syncopation meaning that there are more steps than counts. So what you get with the syncopated, you get lots of ands. So with a shuffle, you get 1 and 2. So you've just got 2 counts, a little fast one in between. Okay, so that's, we're going to start with the steps, and then we're going to move triple steps and then move on to the shuffles. Okay, so for a triple step, we'll do this on the spot, so you've just got 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You can do it with the left first, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Swap them over, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Just to give you a feel of the count, and you can go forward, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. To the side, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And cross, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. We often say cross twinkles, same thing, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So those are triple steps. Now, shuffle steps are made up of those steps actually, only with triple steps, you stay on the spot, and with shuffles, you move. You could go forwards, you could go backwards. If you go to the side, they're called chasses, or side shuffles. So we'll have a little go at those. We'll go on the forward shuffle. You can go forward straight and back straight, or you can go to the diagonals. Either way. Okay, the sky's the limit. Okay, so we'll go on a forward shuffle. So imagine that, 1, 2, 3. Don't take very big steps, so you're going to go forward on 1, 2, 3. And the left, 1, 2, 3, and the right, 2, 3, and the left, 2, 3. Now we're going to do exactly the same coming back. Right first, so it's right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so that is shuffles. Now let's do some diagonal shuffles to the right diagonal. So we've got right, left, right, left, right, left, and back. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Then we go to the left diagonal. So we go on our right first, cross it over, right, left, right, left, and back. Right, left, right, left. Okay, and to the count, let's do the diagonals to the count. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, back 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and to the left. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You could lead with the left to the left. It can, as I said to you, the sky is the limit. With shuffles, there's so many variations. So you could start with the left, doing left, and right, and back on the left, and back on the right. And if you lead with the right, you're sort of crossing over, it would be a crossing shuffle. Back, should we go back? So let's do some vertical back. So it's right, left, right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Let's go back on the left. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Sorry, I was going to do a rock then. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, so those are shuffles. The other thing, which I was just tempted to do then, was a rock and recover, which quite often you do. And a rock and recover is half a rocking chair. We did a rocking chair earlier, which is rock forward and recover and rock back and recover. Now with a rock and recover, it's just rock, recover. And that quite often comes like with a shuffle. So if you did a shuffle forward, let me show you. So you're going to do a right shuffle forward, and then you could have a rock and recover. So you rock forward on your left. So you've done 1 and 2. So you rock and recover, and you do a shuffle back, and rock and recover, which is the half of a rocking chair. So then you've got 1 and 2, rock 3, recover 4, shuffle back 5 and 6, rock back and recover for 7, 8. Okay, you could do that to the diagonal, 1 and 2, rock 3, 4, 5 and 6, rock back 7, 8, and that'll lead you into a left diagonal, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. You can do the rock and recover at the beginning as well. We did it at the end. But you can start with a rock and recover. You can rock back and recover and go in straight into the shuffle. And then rock and recover and shuffle. So you're starting with the rock and recover. So that's another step that you can add on to your shuffle. Side shuffles, also known as chasse. So it could be called a chasse, it could be called a side shuffle. It's the same step. So we're going to have a little go at that with a rock and recover. So if we chasse to the right, so we've done forward and back, and we've done diagonals. Now we're going to do to the side like we do in a grapevine. So chasse to your right side, 1 and 2. And the natural thing here would be to rock back and recover. So you rock back on your left and recover, and then do a chasse to your left. Chasse to your left. Okay, so you've got there 1 and 2, rock 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you'll need to rock back for 7 and recover for 8. Okay, so should we do that then again? So that's 8 counts. So you've got syncopated, remember this is all syncopated because 1 and 2 is 3 steps but 2 counts. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. So that's a chasse or a side shuffle. Coaster step. Another sort of well-known line dance step. Coaster step is the same rhythm as a triple step, 1 and 2. It's the same rhythm as that. So they're generally done on the right. Occasionally you get a left coaster, but mainly a right. So we'll show you how a coaster step goes then. So we do there are lots of variations on coasters. You can go back and forward and side. We'll just teach you the basic now. So we're going to do the back. So it's step back on your right, together and forward on your right. Do that again. So back on right, together with left and forward on right. Okay, so it's back, together, forward. So the count for that would be 1 and 2. And you might do a forward one. 3 and 4. 1 and 2, forward, 3, together, back. Back, together, forward. Forward, together, back. Back, together, forward. And forward, together, back. Okay, so that is a coaster step. A mambo step. A mambo step is only 3 steps, so you do get a hold maybe in it. and it's a syncopated mambo, and it's not a rocking chair, so be careful not to confuse the two. I'll just go over that for you now. So you rock on your right for 1, recover on your left for 2, and step together for 3. You could do a left mambo now, rocking forward on your left, recover onto your right, and together. So rock, recover, together, rock, recover, together, rock, recover, and step beside, and rock, recover, together, rock, recover, together. So to the count, that would be 1, 2, 3, hold 4. 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 You've got to hold for that count because we're doing 8 counts to a section. Go back to shuffles now. The crossing shuffle I did speak about a bit earlier. We're going to have a little go at doing a crossing shuffle. We've done forward and back and to the diagonals. And we'll have a little go now on the crossing shuffles and build it up to 8 counts. Okay, so we're going to start now rocking to the right side and recovering. So you rock on your right, recover onto your left, and you do a cross shuffle. So you cross right over left, bring left up to right, and step forward on right. So that would be 1 and 2. Or in this case, it would be 3 and 4 because we're starting with the side rock. So you've got side rock and recover, cross, side, cross. Okay, once more. That would be 4 counts, so I want to make this up to 8, so we're going to build that pattern up for you. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and one more time, to the right side and recover, and a crossing shuffle. And this time we're going to rock to the left and recover. And another syncopated step. Instead of doing a cross shuffle, we're going to do a behind side cross. So you've done your rock on your left, recover onto your right. Behind with your left, step to the side with your right, and cross left over right. So instead of the crossing shuffle that way, we did a behind, side, and a cross. Okay, so we do put all that together. Rock on your right, recover, cross shuffle on your left, and recover, behind, side, and cross. And to the count, 1, 2, cross shuffle 3 and 4, rock 5, recover 6, behind side cross was 7 and 8. Do that one more time because that's 3 different lots of steps in those 8 counts. Rock, recover, cross shuffle, rock, recover, behind, side, and cross. Okay? Okay, building on from those last few steps that we did, we're now going to incorporate all of those plus a quarter turn left. Okay, so you've done quarter turn, so you've got the basic idea, hopefully. So we're going to turn a quarter left. So we step forward on our right, step a quarter left, that's step forward for 1, turn for 2. Crossing shuffle, which we did just a moment ago, so it's cross, side, cross for 3 and 4. So cross, side, cross, 3 and 4. We're going to rock and recover for 5, 6, and a behind side cross for 7 and 8. So whereas you did that just on the one wall the first time, we've now turned a quarter. We do that once more, turning a quarter. So all you do to turn the quarter is step, quarter turn. And then you carry on as you did before. So crossing shuffle, rock to the side and recover, behind, side and cross. Once more with a quarter turn. Step, quarter turn, cross shuffle, side rock, behind, side and cross. So we go quarter right, which means we step forward on our left. So step, quarter turn, crossing shuffle with our left, crossing shuffle, rock, recover, that's the right, rock and recover, and behind with the right, to the side of the left and cross right over. Do that once more to the count. So left forward, 1, turn 2, crossing shuffle 3 and 4, rock recover for 5, 6, 7 and 8 is a behind side cross, 7 and 8. Okay, so that's shuffle, quarter turn, behind side cross. Paddle turns. These are actually turns that you do on the toe with a little bit of hip attitude. So let's have a little go at doing a quarter pivot over 4 counts. So we're going to go to the pivot to our left, so we step forward with the right. So we would do over 4 counts, we're just going to go a quarter, and we've got to fit 4 counts into that. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. They could be 1 and 2. It just depends how it's written. So if we did 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And another quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you notice just on the ball of your foot, you're twisting your body around a quarter, the whole of your body. Don't twist you from the waist. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can have half turns over 4 counts. So you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a paddle turn. So the principle of that is you put your foot forward, your right foot forward, or if you're going left, your left, and you swivel smoothly with some hip attitude. Okay, that is important. Okay, otherwise you're just doing a pivot. Skate steps are usually done in 2s, so you usually do a right and a left. Normally they're followed with a shuffle, because they're only 2 counts, so you skate the right for 1, the left for 2, so then you have to do something else to beat the dance up, don't you, to get to 8 counts. That's only 2 you've used up with your skates. So the motion of skating is exactly the same as if you were on a skating rink. So just imagine, and you do it slightly to the diagonal rather than forward. So let me just show you then. So we're going to go to the right diagonal with a skate. So slide your foot along the floor, that's your skate 1, skate 2, and then a forward shuffle. Forward shuffle. Okay, so to the count then that would be skate 1, skate 2, and shuffle 3 and 4. Okay, we did the shuffles earlier, so let's do that again. So you've got skate and shuffle forward. Kick ball change. Okay, this could be done either with the right or the left, but generally it's done with the right. But occasionally we do have a left kick ball change. And it's exactly as it states. It's a kick, step on the ball and change the weight. So that's a kick, ball, change. Okay, or it could be kick, step, step. I do teach it to my beginners like that as well. So you have kick, step, and step. Okay, shall we have a little go at that then with the right? So you've got kick for 1, step for 2, change weight for 3. So you've got 1 and 2, they are syncopated, isn't it? Yeah, so we do that again. So it's 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. We could do 2 of them. Sometimes you get them in 2s, so we could do 2 right. So you go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and that's a kick ball change. And try the left. It's not so comfortable. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Okay, so that's basically all the kickball changes. So it's kick, ball, ball of your foot, and change the weight. Kick, a ball, and a change. Or kick, step, and step. That then, so we're going to step to the right with 1, behind for 2, to the right for 3, heel for 4, bring the weight in, and cross the right over the left for 4. So that's and 4. And then you can go off then to do the left one. So you'd have side, behind, side, and bring it in and cross. Okay? So let's do that to the count then. So it's side, behind, side, heel and cross. Side, behind, side, heel and cross. So you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So that's the extra and I was saying to you about. Have another go at that one then. So there's a heel jack. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. But have that and in because that's crossing the right or the left over to make the next sequence of heel jacks. So off we go then with that. So we got side, behind, side, heel together, cross, side, behind, side, heel together, cross, side, behind, side, heel together, cross, side, behind, side, heel together, cross. Okay, that one is a little bit more complicated, but with practice you'll get it. Scissor steps. These are danced mainly on the spot, in the shape of the scissors. So you can imagine the scissors opening, closing. That's exactly how we're going to interpret this step. So, okay, here we go. Rock to the right side, recover and cross and hold. So that's your 4 counts. So rock to the right side, recover onto your left, cross your right over and hold. And count 1, recover 2, cross 3, hold 4, and again. Rock to the right for 1, recover 2, cross over for 3, hold for 4. And we can have a left scissor, because quite often you do get right to left together. So you've got rock, recover, cross and hold. And then right, rock, recover, cross and hold. Rock, recover, cross, hold. Rock, recover, cross and hold. And rock and recover, cross and hold. Okay, so that's all the scissor step is. Sailor step. Okay, we don't get this confused with a coaster step, but they are. People do tend to do one or the other. Right, now with this, just imagine yourself as a drunken sailor, sort of wobbling all around the place. So that's exactly how you should make yourself look. Okay, so we're going to, it's got the same rhythm as the triple step, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So it's 3 steps over 2 counts. Right, we are now going to have a little go at that. So we start with the right goes behind the left. And you take quite a big sweep, so you've got 1 back together. So that would be 1 back together. So you can see how you sort of move your body around to make it look like as if you've had a few drinks. Okay, so it's behind, side, together. And you can do a left one, behind, side, together. Okay, let's do that then a few times. It's not too difficult, is it? So it's sailor step. So then you've got 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You can also do a quarter turn sailor, which I've just put into my new dance. So I know how that goes. So we're going to turn a quarter right. So when you went behind, side, together. As you do your behind, your long step around the sweep, you're making a quarter turn, so you're doing a right one, your quarter turn right, so you've got behind, side, together. And should you be doing a left, then obviously you'd be doing, so I struggle with this because of my knee, so it could be behind, side, together. Okay, you can also, we do have half turn sailors in quite a few dances. So we'll have a little go at doing a sailor half turn right. So the same principle, sweep the right around, so it's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's a half turn sailor. So remember, it's a sweep back side together. There's quite a few variations to a rumba box, but we're just going to go on the basic principle that we've been doing all the time. And a rumba box, just think of it as it's 8 counts and it's in the shape of a box if you do a full rumba box. So if we do forward and back, when you do a rumba that goes back, that is normally referred to as a reverse rumba. That's how it's called, reverse rumba. I'll show you that in a moment. So we're going to do a forward normal rumba box. So step to your left side, together, forward on your left, and hold. So that's half from the rumba box. If you can imagine, cross and up. You've done half the box. I'm going to finish that off because that's no good, is it? Just leaving it at half. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, hold 4. So now we go to the right side, same principle, together, back and hold. Okay, so that would be 4. As I said, there's variations, there's syncopated rumbas, there's lots of different types. We cross that bridge as they appear in dances. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 1, 2, 3, hold 4. And to make up 8, you go 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, hold 8. If we said it was a reverse rumba, then you do side together back, side together forward. So you go backwards before you come forwards. So that's all that reverse means, okay, in the other order. So forward rumba box, side together forward, side together back, side together forward, side together back. And if we did a back reverse rumba, we did side together back, and side together forward, side together back, side together forward. So that is a complete rumba box. So you've done a square there. Okay, lock steps. Not my favourite step, I must admit, but they are done all the time. And if you remember earlier on, very early on, we did second dance, in fact, a grapevine. If you remember the principle of a grapevine, where you went to the side, you went behind, you went to the side, and you did a brush or a touch or whatever, we do a brush. Okay, a lock step is exactly the same, only instead of going from side to side, you go normally just slightly to the diagonal. So where we did side behind, side with a brush, and side behind, side with a brush, we're going to go forward on that same action. Now, a lot of people don't like doing the lock behind because if you've got bad knees, as I've mentioned earlier, it is very difficult. So it is quite acceptable to just draw your left up to beside your right, if you're doing a right lock step. So I'll explain that as we go along. So a lock step then, as I said, it's the same principle as a grapevine. So what you had with the grapevine was side, behind, side. This is a grapevine with a brush. Side, behind, side and brush. So we'll follow that pattern. So with the lock step, you've got side, behind, side and brush. You see it's exactly the same words. And to the left is the same. Side, behind, side and brush. But you're just going at a diagonal direction rather than horizontal. So the count for that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. There are a variety of different ways of doing these. As I said earlier, we'll cross that bridge as they appear in dances and explain it more fully then, okay? So, okay, let's do the lock steps. A right and a left lock step to the right diagonal, the left diagonal. Think of your grapevine, which you learned earlier. So you've got step, lock, step with the brush, and left, back, step with a brush. If you don't want to do the lock, which I don't do, so you just go step, draw it up, step and scuff. Step, draw up, step and scuff. That is perfectly acceptable. And you'll end up in exactly the same place and exactly the same way as everybody that's done the lock. So that little bit, whether you do behind or whether you do to the side, really doesn't matter. Okay, we're not in a competition. So shall we have a look at a couple of locks then? To the right with some counts and then to the left. So you've got 1, 2, 3, brush 4. 1, 2, 3, brush 4. And to the right, 1, 2, 3, brush 4. On the left, 1, 2, 3, brush 4. Right, wizard steps. Now these are similar to lock steps, but without a break in between. With a lock step you had 1, 2, 3, brush 4, and then you went off onto the other direction. With a Dorothy, you don't get that. You get 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so they do keep moving. And Dorothy, I've just said actually, they're called wizard steps. And that's where the name came from. And Dorothy went in search of the Wizard of Oz. That's how the dance became a step. And they're then called Dorothy steps. Because she went tootling off, didn't she? Remember? Like that. In her little red shoes. So that's Dorothy steps, we call them. But they are wizard steps. Right, so let's have a little go at those. So we're going off to the, they're usually done at diagonal as well. So we go off to the right diagonal with step forward on right, lock left behind, and then on the and count you step forward, and then you go straight into your left. So you've got step behind, and step behind, and step behind, and step behind. Okay, so no breaks at all. So we have a little go at that then. So you've got 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. One more time. So you've got step behind, step, step behind, step, step behind, step. It's hard to do it like that. It's easier to count. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay, so that's Dorothy steps. Basically, a lock step with an and count and no breaks. You just shift from one lock to the other lock, and no scuffs, no stops, just go straight into that lock with that little and count in between. And that's a Dorothy step, as we call them in line dancing. Proper name, a wizard step. To show you a chase turn, and going straight into a full turn. That does happen, but these last few steps that I've shown you are more advanced, and hopefully you won't be expected to do those for a little while. But they're there for you to have a look at, okay? So for a chase step, you step forward on, Step forward on your right, and make a half turn, and step. And clap if you want to, because you've got to pause there. So it's step, pivot, step, and clap. Okay, so that's a chase turn. So you've got 1, turn 2, step 3, clap 4. Okay, you can do one to the left then, so you'd have step, turn to your left, to your right, sorry, with your step with your left, turn to your right, and step and clap. And then with the right, step with your right, turn left, step, turn, step, and clap. And your left, step, turn, step, and clap. If you want to do a chase and then follow it on with a full turn, you would, you can do it both ways because I should be facing you in a moment. So it's step, pivot, step, and hold. Now, if you want to do a full turn, or if it's choreographed to do a full turn, you're stepping forward on that right, so you're going to push yourself off now with that right, making a half turn of your right shoulder. So you're pushing off with that right, and you're making a half turn. That's a half. Now we want a full turn, so you've got to go right around with the right to complete the turn. So you've now made a full turn. So you've done a chase step, so you've got step, pivot, step, push off, turn, turn, and step. Not good on my knee, that one. Okay, so that's a chase turn with a full turn following. Okay, so good luck with that. So step, pivot, step and clap. So that's the chase. One more go. Step, pivot, step. It's like as if you're chasing your tail there, isn't it? And the same again. Step, pivot, step. Step, pivot, step. Step, pivot, step and clap. So I'm going to do some waltzes now, some waltz steps. They're very much the same throughout. There's 6 counts to a sequence rather than 8, teaching sections of 6. So we'll have a little go at that. They're very similar to the triple turns, but instead of counting 1 and 2, you count 1, 2, 3. But the same sort of rhythm. Okay, so let's have a little look then. We start off with the basic waltz. So generally they start on the left. So you go forward, together, and change the weight back onto your left. Okay, we do that again. So forward for 1, touch for 2, step for 2, and change the weight for 3. So you're putting the weight on each count. 1, 2, 3. So you've got 1, 2, 3, then you go back on the right, 2, 3, and left, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a basic waltz. And quite big steps in these is often quite nice unless you've got a big class, in which case you've got to take small steps, and the only person that can take a big step is the instructor, because you need to be able to follow her feet or his feet. Crossing twinkles. So if you cross left over, it's sort of like a triangle. We do a left twinkle. So cross left over, step back and to the side. Over, back and side. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's put those together then with the basic waltz. Forward on the left. 1, 2, 3, and back. 2, 3, and again. 1, 2, 3, and back. And again. 1, 2, 3, back and across in twinkles. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3.